Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of GBTV. I'm not Jerry Thompson and he's not Brad Nelson.
Thank God.
I know, it's really bad, it's tough. And on that note, we're going to talk about mental preparation today. Last week we talked about deck construction and all the ins and outs of sideboarding and things like that, but there's actually a battle players have to face and overcome before the tournament even starts.
Yeah.
And once you actually get into it.
Yeah, I think overall, like, this is way more important than anything. Like, it doesn't matter if you've spent the whole week testing and you have the perfect deck and you know everything if your head's not in the game. You know, like, you're not going to be able to play well, you're not going to succeed, and you're kind of like doomed before you even start.
Oh, for sure. And it's also a set of skills that once you have like mastered them, they never change. There's not a new set that comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, maybe when you're like 50 and things change a little bit, but that's about it. Like once you learn these things, nothing changes. You just have this set of skills for Magic and you're prepared with this and you can concentrate on the other things and you learn not to like just have all these pitfalls in the way.
And it's automatic too.
Yes.
You know, you really don't even have to try at that point.
Yeah.
So.
The biggest problem, especially in the Midwest, is using your time wisely. I found this when I was going to PTQs with a lot of friends, that we would have to travel for a long ways, like 4 hours for a PTQ, around 10 hours for GPs or other PTQs.
4 hours? Man, I was driving like 8 hours, uphill both ways in the snow.
You also had some around you. I mean, you got your own PTQs in Minneapolis when you lived there, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and so there's nothing right there in North Dakota for us to go to, so we'd always have these like journeys, these Friday tournaments where we'd travel, and like it was different from everything else we were doing. We played our FNMs, we played our Thursday night Magic, and we would take this 8-hour drive for like a Grand Prix or a PTQ, and I mean, at the beginning, I was really excited about PTQs.
Yeah, of course.
And so we get to the room, and we're all like energized because we spent the whole day in the car, and we're gonna get to play a Magic tournament. And we would just end up staying up for so many hours, just like figuring out that last slot because you've worked so hard every single day that you've played Magic, building this decks and like working and like building your tools, and you finally like have to have the perfect deck list. And all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and you're getting up in 5 hours.
Yeah.
And like that's not how our body works. Our body needs to sleep, especially in a long day of tournaments. And I feel that that one sideboard slot is not going to change anything.
Yeah, I mean, it might help a little bit, but overall, it's definitely not worth like losing 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I mean, just like I honestly think that just playing like a Joe card in your sideboard will give you far more pleasure than having the right sideboard card. Because like if you top 8, you're just like, oh, what is that Hovermere doing in that guy's deck? Like that was fun.
Yeah.
Right, and we got to sleep too. So whatever.
Yeah. So whenever you go to a tournament, just make sure that there are other things, and we have a whole list, but like this is the big one, that there's a checklist of things you have to accomplish that doesn't involve playing the game. And the biggest one is like sleep and just keeping yourself hydrated, things like that, because when you're not using that time efficiently, it's going to cause a lot of mistakes in your game. Like you're going to get to your winning end and you're just going to not have any energy left.
Yeah, you're going to be completely fatigued, like playing sluggishly and not being able to process information in a timely manner. It's really bad. Yeah,
and I mean that's what a PTQ really is it's not a race. It's a marathon. Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's 11 to like 13 rounds in a day sometimes. And if you want to win it, you're going to have to beat that guy that, probably had sleep. And if you play the guy that's like really tired and really fatigued in the finals, it's an easy win. And as long as you are still mentally sharp at the end of the day.
As long as it's not a mirror match.
Yeah, if it's a mirror match, then you're both in. Those are the comical mirror matches to watch.
You see people playing in top 8s and like making a bunch of mistakes, and you're just like, oh god, like this guy's in top 8 and I'm not. But it's like they're probably tired. They're probably just destroyed at this point.
Oh yeah, I mean the biggest one that I can remember for me personally is Grand Prix Washington D.C. I mean, but. The tournament went real long. It was 10 rounds day one. It was like 8 rounds of Swiss. I don't know. It was like 16-round tournament or something.
It was 16, yeah.
Yeah, so 9 and 7 or whatever. And it was super long. And by the finals, by game 3 against Owen, I like play my turn 3 Elspeth and visibly see a brick wall. Like I am done. Like my mind is telling me I'm done thinking. And I play it and I'm just like, oh crap. And then I could not think about anything. Good thing all that happened is I kept ripping mythics off the top of my deck and just playing them. But like if I actually had to play like a game of chess or even checkers or even like the 4-drop game where you have to put them in
Connect
a line.
Four.
Connect 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would just be dead. There's no way I'd beat a 5-year-old at these games. I was exhausted. I couldn't do anything.